Good morning. It's 10:27 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, January 21st, 2019. And it's Martin Luther King Day, celebration of freedom. Speaking of freedom, let's see what the manipulators are up to on Coinbase. Okay. Oh, I've seen this before. The 2500's at 3104. They're trying to keep the price obviously under 31. You could obviously see the reaction on this at 6 a.m. today. When it started to rise over 31, they immediately reacted and pushed the price back down to $30.50 range. Okay, you can see the other wall at 3104. That's one wall, the sell wall. Let's see the buy wall. The other buy wall is at $30.33. Same 2500 with a little difference in there, 0.17. So you could totally see this market is manipulated using those Kettling walls. Looks like they're stacking the deck because you can notice below their top sell wall, they're starting to load it with trades. Okay? That's to keep the price from going up. Those are obstacles to keep it getting up to where they don't want it to be. Okay? And any trades that are over this, well, these are people who don't know what's going on. You're never going to be able to sell these coins at that price because they will not allow it to go over this wall. This wall's here for one thing with its partner. It's to contain the market price. This is theft. This is manipulation. This is illegal. Do not let an illegal, the thieves tell you what they're doing is they do it because they're unregulated. When has it become okay to set about robbing other clients or scamming other people out of their money? I don't care what business you're in. If this is an exchange for a rising new asset, digital asset, and you think it's unregulated, bull crap. Any law states no matter what asset you use and you try to manipulate people out of their money with it, it's illegal. It doesn't matter. It's just a matter of who's going to prosecute you. That's the issue. And once that's worked around, I'm going to make sure you guys get the full gauntlet. You were told many times not to do it. You see your little door of opportunity. You won't stop. Now I'm going to be coming in the door. And then you're going to try and close it, but my foot's going to be in it, and I'm coming in. You wouldn't stop because you believe there's no regulation. Now I will not stop when there is regulation. You think you're obsessive about getting your own way, but rigging the market and robbing people? I'm going to be obsessive, getting your ass thrown in jail. Remember that. You better go look up my profile and see who the hell I really am. That you got your people at Coinbase. Well, I work with law enforcement every day, so you better. I know people in New York. That's what their head investigator told me, basically. So you better watch out. I got power. I can get you in trouble for bothering me by not letting me do what I want to do. Power. Meanwhile, one of my clients is like the head of security for this, which I can't name, Israeli security contracting firm. And the person that gives him permission to operate is an FBI agent who I have to work through every day. Okay? That's number one. So that's why his threat is totally worthless. And then number two, they are actually being investigated by 4 agencies. Okay? I never heard such nonsense. Wait, my time will come. It always does. It always does. So people, this market is manipulated, and these idiots at Coinbase know it is. but they will not stop it because they're benefiting from it. So they're in collusion with the manipulator if they're not the manipulator themselves, because it's impossible to miss this. It's impossible. You see how flat 2,500? There's me and a couple of other people. Some call them the 2,500 whale. Everybody's noticing that they're fixing the price. You cannot trade without these ranges on either side of the market. If you're going short, your profit is contained by this clown. If you're going long, your profit's being contained by this clown. Now, Coinbase, I honestly believe Coinbase is the perpetrators of these walls. And the reason I think they're the perpetrators of these walls is because their market, without these walls, will be out of whack with the rest of the markets. You see? Because what's happening here is, how do you keep your smaller market price within the range of the larger markets? You have to do it by price manipulation. Okay? And it's obviously they're having a harder time at Coinbase because it's a smaller market. So moves in a smaller market have a more adverse reaction. In other words, if you start going up in a smaller market with the same amount of money that's available in a larger market, the price is going to go up beyond your control. So what do? You place walls in, and you talk to your buddies. What are we going to keep the price to? Oh yeah, we can't have it out of whack. You know something? They're messing up arbitration here too as well. If they would take off these walls and we would go to a much higher price, you'd be buying off of Binance and selling it on Coinbase, and that would make a healthy market. That would actually balance out the price, but they don't want that. That means everybody would be making money, and there'd be less opportunity for the manipulator to actually be able to get to fund your funds. So what do? They flatten out the market and then short and distort it. So that's why I think they're putting up if it's an easy thing if I spot the trades and I report them to you, and they were up there constantly for Coinbase to go in with since they're IT people, identify who's putting this trade, and they don't have to give them any reason. We don't like the way you trade, and goodbye. We're closing your account. That's all they have to do to protect themselves from a lawsuit. Why don't they do it? And the reason why they don't do it, because there's a benefit for them letting it continue. It's that simple. Alright, so I'm going to put up my video now, because my daughter wants to play a video game. I don't. Okay, let me see what my daughter wants, people. You all have a good holiday, and hopefully somebody will have enough guts today to teach these market manipulators a lesson.